friends of the channel, today is Thursday, April 20th, and I have another MLB best bet for you today, and we try to turn $2 into $32,000. We'll get to that in just a second, but first, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't miss any of our MLB best bets all season long, and while you're at it, smash that like button because we are moving on to day number 2 of our streak. But without further ado, let's dive into today's MLB best bet. And the matchup we're looking at is going to be the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. And in this one, I am going over 8.5 runs. These two teams, they are headed in opposite directions at the moment. The Mets having a 7-3 record in their last 10 games. The Giants a 3-7 in their last 10. The Mets look to continue to stay hot with Kodai Senga on the mound tonight, who's in his first ever season in the big leagues, and he's looked pretty good. He's 2-0 in his 3 starts, but he did have a little bit of trouble last time out against the Athletics. He only went 4 2/3 innings, giving up 7 hits and 4 earned runs. Overall, though, he has a 3.38 ERA and a 1.44 whip. Now, despite the Giants' record, they're actually not a bad hitting team. They're in the middle of the MLB standings of really batting average, 3rd in home runs, and top 10 in OPS. So, they do get on base. They have the ability to knock home some runs. It's really just their pitching. To be a little bit more specific, it's their bullpen that keeps blowing leads, including this week against the Miami Marlins. Now, the Giants starter today is Sean Manaea, and he hasn't been awful on the season, but he hasn't been great either. An 0-0 record with a 4.76 ERA and a 1.15 whip. The other thing with Manaea is he has faced some pretty bad offenses. The White Sox, the Royals, the Tigers. So the fact that he's looked decent this season, it might just be the teams that he's going up against. The Mets offense, on the other hand, they're 7th best in on-base percentage thanks to the patience that they have on the plate, and they're tied for first with the Dodgers with most walks in the MLB at 92 in this early season. Now, when Manaea comes out of the game, that's when we're really going to worry about the Giants' pitching staff and the bullpen in particular. They have a 5.29 ERA, which is 6th worst in the MLB at the moment. So I like the starters in this game to give up a few runs, but what I'm really banking on here is the San Francisco bullpen getting us over that total. So take the Mets and the Giants over 8.5 runs today. Now that brings us to our streak challenge, where we're trying to turn $2 into $32,000. Who knows what it's going to be, because will we get to it? Probably not. Yesterday, Jose Ramirez smacked a 3-run homer, and that cashed us our ticket easily over his 1.5 total bases. Moves us here to day 2, 14 days, 14 MLB prop bets, 1 goal, $32,000. So here we are, day 2. What are we taking? We're taking Gleyber Torres over 1.5 total bases. Now again, I have to say I like this because on DraftKings, his price was at plus 130. Everywhere else I was seeing plus 100, plus 110. DraftKings again today gives us a great price. That's why I like him, number 1. Second, he is batting .333 off Sandoval, and I know that is a very small sample size, but his 1 hit in 3 plate appearances, he had a double, and that is extra base hits. That would get us over the total. I know this is going to be contrarian. Everybody out there is going to say to me, well, isn't he 1-21 in his last 6 games? Yes, he is. But tonight, at home, I think he breaks out of his slumps versus the Angels and cashes day 2. So, let's go, Gleyber. Let's start this streak getting going here. Let's get to day 3, and hopefully, maybe, just maybe, in 2 weeks, we'll have perfection in the MLB season. So, join us on a journey if you want to, but definitely, it's going to be hard to do. So, in the meantime, put those bets in. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a small slate here on this Thursday night of MLB action. And we'll see you on Friday with some more MLB Best Bets.